Okay, again, that shows you how much of a flared toe this mare had. Now this flared toe was not from laminitis. This was from a farrier's trim and lack of proper hoof care. Okay, now a normal hoof that doesn't have a lot of flares. She's flared here. Well, she's flared all the way around. She had little to no attachment of this hoof wall right here to the actual coffin bone, which is about that big right there. You can kind of see the outline of. Okay, so she had been allowed to flare out, and all this hoof had stretched forward. You see? Okay, her toe that I cut off was about there, about down to there. Okay, at least like that. Now, a good healthy hoof, you're gonna have, this is the apex of the frog right here, right about here. Okay, you want one third in front of that, and 2/3 back to the buttress of the heels. That is a good sized hoof. Okay, with this gal, she's about half and half. You see there? Now you can imagine the breakover. So when she did get laminitis, it made it even worse because she didn't have any hoof wall attachment all the way around anyway. Let me explain to you about breakover. Okay, and when a horse walks, they're going to go like that, okay? Now you can imagine with this much more toe, how the pressure that would put, okay? And what it does is eventually it starts tearing away this hoof wall, whether it's on the sides, because see, she's flared here. She's flared here. See how that goes like that? From right here down, she's flared. She was flared from clear up here all the way down to there. That means that there was no attachment of this wall, no firm good attachment to the bone inside. You know, this is why we roll these toes and shorten these toes. Because, okay, you can imagine this much more on the front of there, okay, the pressure, not only that it's putting on the toe to tear the toe out, but what about back here? How much that, I mean, look at that, see? The pressure that pulls this out right here. You know, the stretching that it does here, and it's going to pull your heels forward, and it's just going to do a lot of bad things to your poor horse. Until I did this, I mean, I knew the pressure that it was exerting on this part of the hoof, pulling it forward, when their toes are too long and flaring this toe out like that. Okay, but I had never considered before the strain it must be putting on the back of the hoof. Now the thing about it is that if your horse does get laminitis, he has a much better chance of surviving, okay, if his hoof is in good shape to begin with. This mare had some real issues and didn't have much of a chance, and as I said, I think she had Cushing's, and that's what caused her laminitis, and the grass. She could have found her very easily out there anyway because of the grass this year. Now when I got out there, of course, I laid down on the ground and I just rasped that toe off, and I rockered it a little bit. I mean, not a lot, but I rockered it from here after I rasped it off. And I just want you to see from the side, from the front even, with that toe off the ground, how that would have been less pressure for her. See? See there? And from the side, easier breakover. And anyway, I'm not going to dissect these hooves today. I'm going to do them one at a time and do some different things with them. They're going into the freezer for now. it's going to be interesting because, see, this back hoof is in a lot better shape, a lot more attachment to the bone, not a whole lot of flare. This foot was actually in really good shape here. Oh, where am I? There we go. See there? There was some flare, but not at all like the front feet. That's all for now. These are going to the freezer for flies take over here. And just a word of warning, people, you know, watch it, especially in the spring. Your poor horses, they just don't deserve to be going through this pain. So I hope these videos, and Joanne, I'm going to have her do kind of the history of what happened here and stuff. Joanne takes exceptionally good care of her horses and loves her horses and stuff, and this just really broke her heart. And so what we're hoping is that this can teach people more about why you need proper hoof care in barefoot trimming, or natural trimming, wild horse trimming. It's called all kinds of things, equine podiatry. But also, you know, what they're eating. Pay attention to what they're eating and what's going on. You know, don't just leave them out in the pasture and get busy. Make sure you take a look at your horses. And you know, Joanne, she saw her horses every day, and she noticed she seemed to be laying down a lot. And, you know, that's when they kind of realized something was wrong. So, okay.